Hey there, Alexies. Welcome back to Mary Deluxe. Today we're going to be talking about sleep. As a self-proclaimed insomniac, for 90% of the time that I've been alive, I have to say that I didn't always place a lot of emphasis and importance on sleep. But I am so glad that I've changed that, because the longer I live, the more I'm realizing how your sleep affects a lot of things in your life, including important decision making. So I thought I'd come on the channel and share some things that have helped me in my journey to deciding to get better quality of sleep. Cue the intro. All right, number one is an obvious one: take a bath, right? I personally just enjoy baths, right? So like, if you're not a bath person, this might be something that just takes a while, right? To get used to. Sure, you could take a shower, but there's something about being in the tub that really relaxes you, right? As long as you're not doing anything too stressful, you're not like reading a thriller or like watching murder mysteries. I mean, that could be relaxing too, depending on who you are. But like, as long as you're not doing anything that's like overly engaging your mind, it puts you in a state of calm. I like the combination of Epsom salt and some sort of a bath gel. I'll link down below the combination that I use. But like, it works like wonders. Every time I want to make sure that I just get like the top of the line type of sleep, I always run a bubble bath. I'm sure if you've been on this channel a while, you've seen it in the vlogs. Number two, read a book, right? Try to find something that's lighthearted. I can recommend some down below, but you want to do fiction, right? Nonfiction books and how-to and self-help, those are great, but depending on how deep the subject is, sometimes it keeps your brain in overdrive. The whole goal is to relax yourself, tire out your eyes and your mind to where that you're actually ready to go to bed. Number three, meditate, right? When I very first started meditating, and every time I take a break and have to go back to it, I use guided meditation. And like, I'll link below one of my favorites, but there's a ton of guided meditation on YouTube, right? You don't even have to go too far. It's right here. Have your pick, because some people's voice may relax me, but not relax you. Does that make sense? So giving yourself like a time to like experiment with different ones will also let you know like what makes more sense to you. Number four, melatonin and calming tea. Now, depending on what your schedule is like, if you have an off schedule in general, say that you work graveyard or you're a nurse and you work like the overnight shift. When I was a flight attendant, melatonin actually hurt me more than it helped me. By the time it kicked in, it was time for me to get up and go on my flight. So I was in different time zones though. So like, it just, my body clock was all jacked up. So it doesn't always work in those scenarios. But if you have the average typical schedule where you're consistent on the daily, it definitely helps to time it, take it 30 minutes before bed. I'll link the one that I use down below. Calming tea, have your pick. You know, there's chamomile. Again, I'll share the one I use. There's lemon balm, which is my ultimate favorite. It's so relaxing. Like, just pick your favorite teas, make that before bed. Make sure that it's non-caffeinated so that you're not like wired. I only drink non-caffeinated flavored teas, and I definitely recommend them. But yes, for sure, it helps with sleep. Number five is to journal, right? Sometimes you're just not in a place where you have the mental capacity to read a book, but maybe sometimes what you need is to release information, not take it in, right? And you'd be surprised how, like, if you've had a really long day and you just need to unwind, especially if you live alone, having a journal, whether it's a physical one or a digital one, that you just air your mind. It doesn't have to be anything intense, right? It could be doodling, it could be whatever. Just journaling and getting, like, expressing yourself outwardly allows you to really like close in the day. Your brain feels like, okay, we've climaxed, right? And it starts to become a part of like your nightly routine, right? Routine really, really, really helps. So we can make that more like a 5B, right? Routine is very important. Once your body gets used to going to bed at a certain time, you won't even have to force it anymore, right? You just notice that because you've done it so much, your clock is adjusted, right? Try it, let me know. Going along with journaling is having a calendar. So like scheduling out your day. I usually schedule out the next day for me, the evening into the night before. What this does is that it allows you to feel in control of your schedule, allows you to feel like you're not going to forget anything the next day, or that you forgot anything the day before, or that you forgot anything that day, right? You're always doing bullet points for everything that needs to occur. And so you can go back check on it and be like, okay, I did everything I needed to do. Oh, I didn't do this. I'm gonna carry it over to tomorrow. And that way your brain is not doing all these acrobatics when you get in bed, like, oh snap, did I remember to send that email? Oh my God, did I accept that brand deal? Oh my gosh, did I, remember to call XYZ for, ABC. Your calendar is your best friend. Again, pick and choose how you want to do it, whether you're Notion, whether you're Apple Calendar, Google Calendar, you're actually old school. I personally like to write. I like writing in my planner. I know, very weird, but like my brain, it does something to my brain when I physically write it. It's like I can visualize it and remember it. I don't know, it's weird to explain. And then last but not least, I feel like I don't hear enough people say this, is if you've done all of these things and more, and you still can't fall asleep, do not stay in bed. I have a rule, I don't get in bed until I am tired. And if for some reason I get in bed and I can't fall asleep, I give it a certain amount of time. I give myself 30 minutes to 45 minutes, right? Somewhere in that line, I should have dozed off anyway. But if for some reason my body is sensing that I've been laying there too long, I get up and I go do something. I go do any of these things that I talked about. Typically speaking, the ones I lean on is, again, journaling and reading. Those two always help me. And sometimes I'll make some chamomile tea while I read or journal. So yeah, that's very, very, very important. If you can't sleep, staying in bed is not gonna make you fall asleep like that, right? You wanna train your mind to understand that when you get in bed, you're getting in bed to rest, right? As a Luxe babe, like, you need all your beauty sleep, okay? You need your rest. Dark circles, eye bags don't look good on you, right? Some of that stuff is hereditary, let's be honest, but a lot of times we're just not well rested, and I want that for you. I want good rest for you. So take advantage of all that you can to make sure that you're nourishing yourself every single night. If there's anything that you do as part of your nightly ritual that I missed, please comment it down below. I love you so much for watching, and until next time, just remember that luxury starts first in the heart, and then it moves to the pocket. Bye.